All right, Shalom. This is Brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Machakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And I'm going to go ahead and read James chapter 1, verse 12, all the way down to verse 16. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tired, Salaki, when he was tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man." Verse 14, "But every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust and enticed." Verse 15, "Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death." Verse 16, "Do not err, my beloved brethren." All right. So I just wanted to get into this because we see the hour of temptation coming soon, like it speaks of in Revelation, the third chapter. But also in that same verse, I think it's verse 10, it says, "Because you have kept the word of patience, I will pretty much," matter of fact, I'll get it real quick because I don't want to speak idly. I'm just going to get the scripts. All right, bear with me. Internet be slow sometimes, man. Revelation 10, 3 and 10, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Exactly. The hour of temptation is coming. All right. It's coming via Satan. Okay. Like we read in James, the Lord does not tempt, but he has an individual who does, and that's Satan. Okay. The Lord's not going to tempt you straight up. No. Satan is. Okay. Even when you read the book of Job, the Lord wasn't the one who tempted Satan. The Lord wasn't the one who tempted Satan. Satan is the one who tempted Salakia. The Lord wasn't the one who tempted Job. Satan was the one who ultimately tempted Job, given the order from the Lord. And when you read it, really the Lord was like, if you want, go ahead, try it. But he didn't sit there and be like, go tempt. It wasn't all like that. Okay, so the Lord doesn't sit here and tempt us like that. Okay, it's Satan who does that work, an adversary who does that work. That's what he's there for. That's what he was made to do. Okay, so it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." So I'll get the word temptation real quick. And that word there in the Greek is parasmos. If I'm saying that right, let's see what Esau says.
Strong's G 3986. Pyrosmos. Pyrosmos.
Parasmos, which means an experiment, attempt, trial, or proving. Exactly. It is an experiment. All right. It's an experiment. Whenever you do an experimentation on something, you see how something may react, or see how something will turn out. Whenever you're getting tempted, the Lord is seeing how you react at the end of the day. Is he going to react carnally, or is he going to come back to me? All right. It says an attempt, right? It says a trial. Exactly. A trial or a tribulation that you go through. All right. A chastening, an affliction, whatever. It says a proving. And through the tribulation, you're going to be proved at the end of the day. All right. That's why you have a 1 Corinthians, the third chapter, start around like verse 12 all the way down to like 16, something like that, where it says that a man's work should be tried by fire, just paraphrasing. Okay? It's going to be tempted. All right? And we'll see who's right and who's wrong at the end of the day. All right? So going back, James 1 and 12, it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." That's why I've been on the spirit. The spirit's been on me lately to continue to pray for endurance, regardless what type of situation is brought to me. I hope and pray that the Lord puts a spirit on me and the Akim to endure through that situation. And some of the situations that are going to happen are going to be very, very, very uncomfortable. Okay? They're going to be super uncomfortable. And we have to endure through that. Endure means to make hard. The scriptures say endure like a hard soldier. All right? So it says, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Now, when you read James 1:12, this is a clear, direct symbolization to Yahushua when you read about him. He was tempted in the wilderness when he was going 40 days and 40 nights by Satan himself. He was tempted. Okay? Satan came with a hell of, temptations to the Lord. Okay? But he endured. He stood on 10 toes and kept the faith in the Lord and let the Lord vindicate him at the end of the day. It says, for when he is tried, exactly, Satan tried Yahushua. Didn't work. All right? Even when you go into go further on to the Matthews in the 26th, 27th chapter, he was tried. Okay? He had his chances to get out of his tribulation. He went to the Garden of Gethsemane and prayed. All right? He asked. But he had to go through his temptation, his afflictions. Like we said, we went into the word temptation, and it means a trial. The Lord had to go through his trial. He endured through it as well. It was hard, but he did. It says, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. And did not Yahushua conquer death and receive the crown of life from the omnipotent power? Yes. Yes, he did. It says, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Did Yahushua love Yahweh? Yes, he did. And he got what the Lord promised, because the Lord is a man of his word. All right? It's the same thing we have to go through and portray at the end of the day. Verse 13 says, let no man say when he is tempted. That's right. It's kind of like when you're being tempted or going through a trial or tribulation. Yes, sometimes you talk to a brother and see what you should do in a situation, because you do nothing without counsel. But also, you don't want to walk around with your head down like you're going through something, like no other person is going through anything else too. All right? It's like fasting when you read Matthew the 6th chapter and praying. When you pray, do it on your own time, on your own terms. That's how you build your relationship with Yahweh Yahushua. You make it very intimate. Okay? It says, let no man say when he is tempted. Exactly. You don't go around saying, I'm being tempted right now. I'm going through a trial period. No, we all are. You just take it like a man and endure it and go through it. All right? It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. Exactly. You don't walk around with the Lord's tempting me. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. Because according to what I just read in 3 and 10, the whole world's going to be tempted. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? So it's going to continue to move on. It says, for the Most High cannot be tempted with evil. That's right. Even the Yahushua said that to Satan when you read Matthew, I think it's the 4th chapter. Let me see. When you read Matthew the 4th chapter, I want to say it is. I think it is Matthew the 4th chapter when he was tempted. Yup. There you go. Matthew 4:1. I'm going to read that. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Okay, so let's go down and see. Bear with me 1 second. There you go. Matthew 4:7. Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Okay? So it's the same thing right here. You don't walk around saying the Lord tempts you, because the Lord does not tempt, and you don't tempt the Lord. Okay? That's saying, do not tempt the Lord. Okay? I tell you who does do that. Esau. Let him do it, because that's just adding to his tab, and the Lord gonna show him who you was really messing with. Okay? And who you was really talking down on. Okay? It says, neither tempteth he any man. So exactly, when you read Matthew the 4th chapter, was it Yahweh tempting Yahushua? No, it was Satan tempting Yahushua. Okay? Verse 14 says, but every man is tempted. That's right, every man got his little thing that Satan nitpicks at and tests you on. Okay? It says, when he is drawn away from his own lust, meaning when you're trying to get right, that's when Satan tries to attack you even more. But when you're drawn to your lust and you're indulged and submerged in it, Satan's like, okay, cool. I don't want to mess with him, because I got him right where I want him. He's in my bread basket. You see? But when the moment you start to turn your back to that lust and be a better person, that's when he's like, oh, hold on, there's a problem. There's a big problem, and I'm gonna need you to come back here. So he starts tempting you. If your temptation is women, he'll just send bad bitches your way. If your temptation is money, he may send a job your way that pay $80, $100, $200,000 a year, but you gotta miss camp every week. You gotta miss class every week. Are you gonna take it? It's a temptation. Okay? There may be a bad little chick, or a chick that got a double whammy, a chick that got a lot of money. Okay? And he may entice you with her. Alright? Or you may have had one like that, and end up getting taken from you, and see how you react. It's still a temptation. All right? It says enticed. So let's look up that word enticed. Everything that glitters ain't gold, y'all. It says deliezo. All right? It says to bait, catch by bait. All right? He's trying to bait you in to do wicked shit. It's fishing for you. Just like we're fishing for the elect, Satan is fishing for your spirit. All right? Don't let him take it, man. I'm speaking to myself in general, man. Okay? Salaki. Bear with me 1 moment. All right? So it says, continuing on, it says verse 15. It says verse 15, then when lust hath conceived, meaning it's came about, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Exactly. Because transgression of the law, sin is transgression of the law, and that brings forth death, because the law brings forth life. When you blatantly go against the law, you're accepting the death aspect. The Lord said it, Yahweh said it himself. I'll give you a choice between life and death. You choose. Okay? So verse 16, and I'm going to close it out here. It says, do not err, my beloved brethren. And we know that's speaking about the house of David, man. So don't err. Let's get that word err real quick. That word there is plenao, and it means to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way. Exactly. Especially if you're an individual in a certain level position, don't err, man, because there are men watching you, watching every little one of your movements, especially the younger. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sitting here and calling myself an elder, because I'm a young brother myself. I've only been in this thing for going on 6 years. I ain't nobody, all right? But I still have to watch my actions, because there are brothers watching. Brothers look up to brothers. Simple. Okay? Brothers look up to brothers. Even elder men look up to younger men. We all in this together, man, at the end of the day. So you got to watch your actions. And watch that you're not leading yourself astray, because you could be leading somebody else astray. Okay? So don't err. Stick to the script. I know my priest in my camp, he goes by Priest to Zion. He said last night after camp, if you don't see elder brothers doing it, doing this or doing that, you don't do it either. It's as simple as the statement was. It's so true. He said, just stick to the scripts and you'll be all right. Try to do the best ability what the Lord says to do, and you'll be good. You see? Don't worry. All right? So don't lead yourself astray by going astray from the flock and going astray from the scripts. All right? So I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Spread the kosher quality. Until next time, I want to say shalom.